all the students for this program, and I hope you enjoy this session and learn the more insights for the examination of PGCET 2022. Okay, we welcome you, sir. I welcome Mr. Kanak sir for the program.
Thank you so
and
much.
He'll be
Thank you so much,
the person
Devaka,
who
sir.
is going to address you all for the day. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. So, first of all, I would like Akims for this wonderful opportunity that is given to us to train these young minds for the examination called as PGCET. Okay, so thank you so much, Divakar sir. First of all, I would like to thank Akims for this wonderful opportunity that has been given to us to train the students on for PGCET exams. So, guys, how are you guys doing? Everybody, how are you all doing? How are you all doing? You can let me know in the chat box, guys. Everybody. My mute. Am I not audible? Good. Okay. Yeah. Srilakia sir tells she's good. Okay. Fine. Fantastic. Wonderful, guys. Wonderful. What about others? Just a few answers. I see 108 students in this class here. Beautiful. Beautiful. Fantastic. So, guys, what I would want to tell you is, Akims, your college is one of those very few colleges which have given the opportunity for the students to learn for free about these topics of aptitude and logical reasoning. Look at this, guys. Not many colleges would provide this opportunity to their students, that too for free. Now, PGCET training, which we would be providing you as Learn Online, we are associated with the College of Akims from the past 5 years, and this training program have been continuously held from the past 5 years. So this program will definitely benefit you guys. So guys, can anybody tell me what do you people understand about aptitude? What do you people understand about aptitude? Anyone? Yes, guys. Anybody? What do you people understand about aptitude? Come on, guys. I want your replies. What do you people understand about aptitude? What do you think aptitude is? Solving problems with some principles, logical thinking, mathematical skills, ability. Okay, what ability is it? What ability is it?
Sir, connect sir, Divakar here. Sorry
Yes,
for the
yes, sir. Yes.
A few students are joining in between, sir. Please provide them approval for joining it, sir.
Okay. So they're joining in the batch a little late. Okay,
Yes.
1 second.
Yes.
Yes, just a moment, sir. Yes, sir. I think I've given approval to everyone.
Thank you,
Sir,
sir.
if they're joining a little late, every single time I'll have to give approval, sir. So it would be a little problem for me because I'll have to, stop the class in between and go and give them approval.
Okay, sir, because it's a student mindset, sir, again.
Yes, sir. Yes, I understand that. Okay, sir. So yeah, guys, whatever you told till now is absolutely right. Solving logically and mathematics, basics that we should all know about the subject. Now, one small question that arises in my mind. There's one small question that arises in my mind, and that question here is, look at this. Whatever might be the next step for a student, aptitude would be necessary. What do I mean by whatever might be the next step for a student? Now look at this. There are a few students who would want to take up their higher level examinations like this PGCET, who want to do their post graduation like this PGCET. So they'll have to write an examination, and that examination will consist of aptitude. There are few other students who would want to go to a job after your education, and even then aptitude is necessary. Now, if you're telling me aptitude is solving logical problems or some mathematic problems, why is this aptitude necessary? Why is this aptitude so necessary? Can anybody tell me? Can anyone tell me why is this aptitude so necessary? Why is it required for after every single step for a student after his graduation? Yes, anyone? Whatever the goal might be, whatever the goal might be for the student, aptitude is very necessary. It gives work to the mind. Shrikant, don't you think all the other subjects also give work to the mind? To know how to calculate in your mind? Yes, kind of true, but that is not the exact reason. That is not the exact reason over here. Okay, guys, now let me give you the reason. Listen, let me give you the reason. So, now why is aptitude necessary? Meaning, first, let us understand what are all the topics. Okay, they will check our time management, but principles are to followed. Okay, knowing thinking capacity, wonderful, guys. How logically person can handle, fantastic, fantastic, that is wonderful. What the answers that you're giving right now is fantastic. Not many would give answers like this. The way you people are thinking, you know what is the importance of aptitude. Now if you people ask me what aptitude is, if you people ask me what aptitude is, I would tell you people that aptitude is nothing but common sense. Aptitude is nothing but common sense. Why am I telling that aptitude is a common sense? Look at this, guys. Can you people tell me what are the few topics that comes under aptitude? What are the few topics that will be coming under aptitude? Can I tell you percentages, profit and loss, simple interest and compound interest, ratios, ages, averages, time and work, time, speed and distance? All these are the topics that comes under aptitude, right? Now, have you people seen shops on the roadside? Have you people seen the shops on the roadside? Everyone? Have you people come across the shops on the roadside? Yes or no? Yes. Beautiful. Yes. Yes. Don't you think the person who's running the shop, the shopkeeper will get to know if he's making a profit or loss? For example, let us imagine there is one mobile phone seller. There is one mobile phone seller. Let me imagine that he is buying it for 15,000 and he is selling it for 20,000. Don't you think he will get to know that he is making a profit on that? Don't you think he is making some profit on that? Yes or no? Will the shopkeeper get to know if he is making some profit or loss? Yes. Has the shopkeeper undergone any aptitude training there? Has the shopkeeper undergone any aptitude training over there? No, no. But still he gets to know about the profit and loss, right? But still he gets to know about the profit or the loss that he's making. How would he get to know about all of that? How would he get to know about all of that? He would get to know about all of that. He would get to know about all of that just because of the common sense. Just because of the common sense. Yes? Yes? Yes or no, guys? Yes, it is nothing but basic common sense. It is basic common sense. Basic common sense. That is what I'm telling you. Aptitude is also basic common sense. Aptitude is also a basic common sense. For example, let us imagine, look at this. What I would tell you is there is a road which is something like this. There's one road where there is a crossing like this. There is a crossing like this. Let me show you. Just give me a moment. Let me draw and show you what kind of a road it is. What kind of a road it is. See, let us imagine there is a road, something like this. Let me imagine there is one vehicle here. There is one vehicle on this side and there is one vehicle on this side. If both of them go at the same speed, they will collide at this point. They'll collide at this point. Now, what should those two do? If they have to avoid that accident, what should they do? To avoid that accident, what should these people do? Anybody who's willing to talk can turn on their mics. One should slow down. It is not necessary that everybody should slow down. Look at this. There might be people who are having KTM Duke. So what will they do? They'll go fast. Yes or no? Do you think people with Duke will slow down? No, they'll start going fast so that they can avoid this accident. Now tell me, don't you think this is the topic that belongs to time, speed and distance? Will you take the pen out there? Okay, on the road, you're riding the bike. Do you stop your bike, take out the pen and paper, calculate how fast you're going to go or how much you have to slow down? You calculate and then will you stop, or automatically will you apply your brakes or give the accelerator? What would you do? Automatically everything starts happening, right? Yes or no? Yes. So what is this? What is that we are doing over here? It is nothing but our common sense, guys. It is nothing but our common sense over there. There is nothing but our common sense. That's all. So aptitude is nothing but common sense, and today I'll be showing you how we apply this common sense whenever they're asking us questions. Majority of the people think that aptitude is completely filled with formulas. Everything that I will have to do is apply those formulas, get the answer. But in today's class, I'll try to show you that formulas is not so necessary. You can try to get the answer without the formulas just by our common sense. How do I do that? Look at this. Let us start with the topic for today. And the topic for today here would be ratios. I'll be starting with ratios today. Now, can anybody tell me what is a ratio? Can anyone tell me what is a ratio? Yes, guys, what is a ratio? Anyone quickly? What do you people understand by the topic of ratio? What do you understand by the word ratio? Okay, let us try to understand this. By taking a small example here. Let us imagine there is one small classroom. Let us imagine there is a classroom, and the boys in the classroom, there are boys as well as girls. Now let me tell you that the ratio between the boy and a girl in this class, is, let us say, 6:7. Now, can anybody tell me what do I mean by this statement that ratio of boys to girl is 6:7? What do I mean by this? Anyone? Comparing with one other percentage. Beautiful, Shivashankar. You're half correct, but that half is very good. That half part is very good. What you told, you're half correct, and that half part here is very right. Okay. Maltesh, do you think there are only 6 boys and 7 girls in that class? Or does that mean for every 6 boys there are 7 girls? Look at this. Srinivas has already told for every 6 boys there are 7 girls. Wonderful, wonderful, Srinivas. Wonderful. Look at this. What do I mean by this? I mean that for every 6 boys there are 7 girls in this classroom. Now if I tell you there are 14 girls, in the classroom, can you people tell me how many boys will be there? Can you people tell me how many boys will be there in that classroom? If there are 14 girls, how many boys will be there? Maltesh, multiples. Yes, that is also absolutely right. Yes, it would be multiples. Beautiful, guys. Beautiful. This is one of the wonderful classes that I have met here. You people are responding very good. That is what is very necessary for a class. There will be 12 boys if there are 14 girls. What if I say there are 18 boys? How many girls will be there? If there are 18 boys, how many girls will be there? Quickly, if there are 18 boys, how many girls will be there? 21. 21. That's wonderful. That is wonderful. There are 21 girls. Beautiful. Beautiful. Now look at this. Now look at this. Now look at this. Can let us understand what we mean by ratio using this example over here. Let us understand what we mean by ratio by using these examples here. What did we just do now? What did we just do using the ratio? I told you for every 6 boys there are 7 girls. What am I doing here? Can I tell you that I'm comparing the number of boys to number of girls? I'm comparing the number of boys to number of girls. Yes, will you all agree with me? Will you all agree with me? Yes, sir. Divakar. Yes, Divakar, sir.
The voice was not audible, so now it is audible, sir.
Audible. Okay, okay. Thank you so much. Yes, yes, absolutely, absolutely right. Absolutely. Now observe here. Now from this, can I tell that ratio is nothing but comparison. Ratio is nothing but comparison. Can anybody tell me what kind of comparison is this? What am I using over here to compare? What am I using over here to compare? Which means 6, 7, 12, 14, 18, 21. What is all this? What is all this? What is all of this? What is this 6, 7, 12, 14, 18, 21? Numbers. Beautiful. Numbers. So can I tell ratio is nothing but numerical comparison? Ratio is nothing but numerical comparison. Beautiful. Yes, now we have understood ratio is nothing but a comparison. What kind of comparison? It is a numerical comparison. Now, what are we going to compare over here? What are we going to compare over here? Now, look at this. I'll ask you one small question. Does everybody know who Virat Kohli is? Does everybody know who Virat Kohli is? Does everybody know who Virat Kohli is? Yes. Yes. So many people? No. Okay. Srikanth doesn't know who Virat Kohli is. Except for Srikanth, everybody else knows it. Okay. Okay. Does everybody know who is Cristiano Ronaldo? Does everybody know who is Cristiano Ronaldo? Yes. Now, one small question to you guys. One small question to you guys. Among Virat Kohli and Cristiano Ronaldo, who is a better football player? Among Virat Kohli and Cristiano Ronaldo, who is a better football player? among Virat Kohli and Cristiano Ronaldo, who is a better football player? Everybody says it is Ronaldo. What did I just do now? What did I just do now? I started comparing Virat Kohli to Cristiano Ronaldo. But the comparison that I made right now, was it a proper comparison? Was it a proper comparison? Did it make any sense there? Did it make any sense there? Not at all. Not at all. No, it was not at all a right comparison because one person is a cricketer, the other person is a footballer. They both play two different sports. Both of them are different types of players altogether. Both of them are two different players altogether. So I cannot compare, right? So Ganesh has given me the answer. Look at that. Beautiful. Comparison can be done only among similar things. Beautiful, Ganesh. Beautiful. That is wonderful. Now look at this. Whenever we are comparing, what can we compare? We can compare only two similar quantities or two similar things. For example, if I tell you, I'm comparing sugar. Can I compare sugar with water? Can I compare sugar with water? I want few of you to turn on your mics. At least 5 to 10 people who can answer to my questions. Just basic questions like what I'm asking you right now. No, I cannot compare. Sugar with water because sugar or sand. It would be in kgs and water would be in liters. Both are not similar quantities. Both are two different quantities over here. Both are two different types of quantities. So if I'm comparing, I should always compare sugar with sand or water with milk. Yes, everybody agrees with this? Everybody agrees with this? Okay, beautiful. Now observe here, guys. Now observe here. From this, there is one more thing that we can understand here. What is that? We can understand from this part here. Now look at this. This 6, this 7. Is this a ratio or is it an actual value? Now observe here. What I would tell you is, I'll take another example so that we'll understand what is the mechanism that is happening inside a ratio. What is the mechanism that is happening inside a ratio? I'll tell you that in a classroom there are 20 boys and 15 girls. 20 boys and 15 girls. Can you people tell me what would be the ratio between the boys and girls in that class? What would be the ratio between the number of boys and girls in that class? What would be the ratio between the boys and the girls in the class? 4:3. Beautiful. Yes, it is 4:3. Now tell me, how did you get this 4:3 as the ratio? How did you get this 4:3? This is nothing but a ratio. Then what is this 20 and 15? What is this 20 and 15? What is this 20 and 15? Values. Beautiful. These are nothing but the actual values. These are nothing but my actual values. Now observe, guys. Now observe. From actual value to ratio. How did you get this? From 20 to 4. How did you get 4 from this 20? And how did you get this 3 from 15? How did you get that 4 and 3 from 20 and 15? By dividing. Adil, perfect. Now we divided it. What did we divide it with? We divided it with 5 over here all, and over here we divided it with 5. Why did we divide it with only 5 and not any other number? Why did we divide it with 5 and not any other number? Why only 5 and not any other number? Why didn't I divide it with 6? Why did I not divide it with 2? Why did I divide it only with 5? Both are divisible by same number. Okay, you're telling me that both are divisible by same number, so I divided with that number 5. Okay, now I'll take one more example. I'll tell you that there are 20 boys in the class and there are 40 girls in the same class. 20 boys and 40 girls. Now, what will be the ratio? What will be the ratio? Quickly, guys, quickly, come on. What would be the ratio here?
1 is to 2, sir.
1 is to 2. Beautiful. Yes, absolutely right. 1 is to 2. Now we got this 1 is to 2 by dividing it by 20. Dividing it by 20. Like what you people told me, you divided it with 5 here because both the numbers are divisible by 5. You're telling me that I'm dividing it by 20 because both the numbers are divisible by 20. Okay. Don't you think both the numbers are divisible by 10 also? Don't you think both the numbers are divisible by 10 also? If I divide it by 10, I'll be getting 2 is to 4. But this 2 is to 4, is it my actual value? Can this be my final ratio? Can this be my final ratio? See, when I divide 20 and 40, when I looked at 20 and 40, 20 and 40 was divisible by both, it was divisible by 10 also. But then why am I not getting the final value here? I am getting 2 is to 4, which is not a final ratio. So again I have to divide it by 2. Again I have to divide it by 2 to get 1 is to 2. To get 1 is to 2. Yes. Yes. So now look at this. Now tell me, why is it better to divide with 20 and not 10 and 2? Now tell me, what is the number that we are dividing it with? Look at this. 10 is also, 20 and 40 are divisible by 10 also. 20 and 40 are divisible by 2 also. But we are not dividing it by 10 or we are not dividing it by 2. We are directly dividing it by 20. Can I tell that? It is nothing but this 20 here is nothing but my HCF. Yes or no? Highest common factor. See, which number are we dividing it with? We are dividing it with the highest number that can divide both of this. We are dividing it with the highest number that can divide both of this. Yes, both of this. Yes or no? Now observe here. We understood that to come from actual value to ratio, we are dividing by its HCF. So what we have to do to go back to the actual value? If I know the ratio, if I have to go back to the original value, what should I do? How do I get 20 from this 4? How do I get this 20 from this 4? Guys, if you want to talk, please raise your hands. If not, please don't. Please don't. Now tell me, how do I go back from ratio to actual value? How do I go back from ratio to actual value? Quickly, let us make this a little quick, guys. Quickly. Into 5, multiply it. We are multiplying it. So now we understood that to go back from ratio to actual value, I need to multiply with its HCF. Beautiful. Now look at this. What I would tell you is, I'll take up one more example so that we understand the topic of ratios completely. I'll tell you that, let us say the ratio of boys to girls in a certain class is 5 is to 4. 5 is to 4, and there are totally 180 students in the class. Or the total students in this class will be equal to 180. Then can anybody tell me what will be the number of boys in this class and what will be the number of girls in this class? What will be the number of boys and what will be the number of girls? Srinivas says it is 100 boys and 80 girls. It is 100 boys and 80 girls. Shall we verify that? Shall we verify that quickly? Yes. Come, let's verify that quickly. Now, how do I solve this question? How do I solve this question? Now, what they've told me is totally there are 180 students. What do I mean by total? Total, I mean that there are boys, also there are girls. So, boys plus girls should give me 180. Boys plus girls should give me 180. So what will be the number of boys here? What will be the number of boys? The number of boys here, I cannot take 5. Can I tell that 5 plus 4 will be equal to 180? Will that be possible? Is it possible? No. So this is nothing but my ratio. This is nothing but my ratio. I cannot directly use the ratio in equation. So what should I do? I need to convert my ratio into actual value. I should convert my ratio into actual value. So what will be my actual value in this case? What will be my actual value in this case? Can I tell that? I can take my actual values as I need to multiply with its HCF. I need to multiply ratio with HCF to get the actual value. But I don't know what is my HCF. So can I take it as 5x and 4x as my actual values? Can I tell 5x and 4x as my actual values? Yes or no, guys? Everybody able to understand this? Can I tell that 5x and 4x are the actual values? Yes or no? Yes or no? Quickly. So now what will I do is I'll just substitute those actual values here. Instead of taking it as 5 and 4, I'll take it as 5x and 4x is equal to 180. So 9x will be equal to 180. So what will be the value of x here? X here will be equal to 180 divided by 9, which is nothing but 20. 180 divided by 9. So x will be equal to 180 divided by 9. So x is 20. So the number of boys, actual value of boys will be 5 into x, that is 5 into 20, and girls will be 4 into x, that is 4 into 20. Together I'll be getting it as 100 and I'll be getting it as 80. I'll be getting it as 100 and I'll be getting it as 80. Everybody understood this? Everybody understood this? Yes or no? Quickly, confirmation in the chat box. Yes or no? Understood this? Yes, beautiful. Okay, guys. So, one small question to you all. How many of you here cannot understand Kannada? Yarak Kannada artha agalla? How many of you here cannot understand Kannada? Guys, which would be the language that you would prefer me to teach you in? Kannada or English? Which language would you want me to communicate in? Kannada or English? Which is better for you guys? ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಯಾವ್ದು ಇಷ್ಟ ಹೇಳಿ? English. Okay, fine. Majority of you here are telling it is English. So let's continue with English. Let us continue with English as well. Let us continue with English. Fine, guys. Fine. So now look at this. Let us go back. I got to know that everybody understood this problem, right? Everybody understood how to solve this. But this is not the only method in which you can solve the problem. There is another method as well. Which says, look at this. I told you for every 5 boys, the ratio of boys to girls is 5:4, which means that for every 5 boys, there must be 4 girls, which means together there will be 9 students. So can I tell that number of boys? See, for every 5 boys, there must be 4 girls, which means totally there will be 9 students. So out of these 9 students, how many boys will be there? Out of these 9 students, how many boys will be there? 5 boys. So I'll tell that the boys here will be equal to 5 out of total of 9 of this 180 students. So look at this. What will I get? 920 times 5 into 20 is nothing but 100. and the number of girls here will be equal to, girls will be 4 girls out of how many, out of total of 9 there will be 4 girls, out of total of 9 there will be 4 girls of this 180 students, of this 180 students. So the number of girls here will be 80. So when we saw this, majority of us will think that this method here is very easy. This method here is very easy when compared to this method. But guys, trust me, you'll have to know both these methods, because in few cases we'll be using this method. In the other few cases, we'll be using this second method here. Everybody clear with this? Everybody clear with this? Shall we move on to the next thing here in ratios? Yes. See, because this was the basic, I went very slow. Can I speed up a little bit? Can I speed up a little bit with your permission, guys? Okay, beautiful. Come on, guys. Now let us move on to the next thing here, next concept here. So the next thing that you need to know in the topic of ratios is terminologies. Terminologies. So what do I mean by terminologies? If I call A is to B as a ratio, A is to B is a ratio, I can write this A is to B as A divided by B. I can write this A is to B as A divided by B, where A is called as a antecedent. Where A is called as a antecedent and B will be called as a consequent. B will be called as a consequent. And then A square, if A is to B is a ratio, A square is to B square here will be called as a duplicate ratio. It will be called as a duplicate ratio. Nodi nam China product. It will be a China product, duplicate ratio. Then root of A is to root of B. Root of A is to root of B will be called as subduplicate ratio. What will it be called as? Subduplicate ratio. Yes. Everybody able to understand this? The next thing here is A cube is to B cube. A cube is to B cube here will be called as a triplicate ratio. A cube is to B cube here will be called as a triplicate ratio. And at the same time, cube root of A is to cube root of B will be called as a subtriplicate ratio. Subtriplicate ratio. Look at this, guys. It's just that you need to know about these things. You just need to know what are these things called as. What are these things called as? If, for example, if they ask you in a question, they'll tell me that the ratio of boys and girls in a classroom is, let us say, 7 is to 8. Then what would be the antecedent of this ratio? What would be the antecedent of this ratio? So what will be your answer? What will be your answer, guys? If they ask you the number of boys and girls in the classroom will be 7 is to 8, then what will be the antecedent of this ratio? 7. Beautiful. Not 7 by 8, not 7 by 8. Antecedent is the numerator. Numerator. Boys is to girls is 7 is to 8. I can write it as 7 divided by 8. So 7 will be my antecedent. Okay. If I ask you what is the duplicate ratio for the same this thing. If I ask you what is the duplicate ratio, what would be your answer? If the ratio of boys and girls is 7 is to 8, then find the duplicate ratio. Then what would be your answer, guys? Duplicate ratio, not just 49, not just 49, 49 is to 64. Beautiful. 49 is to 64. Boys and girls, duplicate ratio meaning, look at this, what they've given me. They've given me the ratio, which means they've given me A is to B. Look at this, they've given me the ratio, which is A is to B. If I want duplicate ratio, I want A square is to B square, that is 49 is to 64. If I want subduplicate ratio of the same, if I want subduplicate ratio of the same, what will my answer be? What will my answer be? What will be the subduplicate ratio of the same? Quickly, we shall move on, guys. We shall move on. I would tell you, if this is my ratio, A is to B is been given, this is my ratio. If I want subduplicate ratio, all I have to do is take square root of A and square root of B. What will be square root of A? In the place of A, I have 7 is to square root of B. Square root of B is nothing but 8. If they want to confuse you more, what they'll do? They'll write it as 7 is to. Look at this. Can I write this 8 as 4 into 2? Yes, I can write it like this. So what they'll do? Root of 7 is 2. 2 root 2. They'll call 8 as 2 root 2. To confuse you, they can give you this in the option as well. But we need to be a little smart enough. We should know how to write 8 as this 2 root 2. Everybody, clear with this? Clear with this? Okay, I think this is not visible. The last line here is not visible. So let me write that down here. How can I write this last line, last step here? Root 7 is 2. If I take out 4 outside, it will be 2 root 2. 7 is 2 root 2. Clear with this, everyone? Yes, perfect. Now look at this, guys. We'll be moving on to the next thing here, and that is sometimes what will happen here is in the examination they'll give you A is to B and they'll give you B is to C separately. Then they'll ask you to combine these two ratios. So how do I do that? For example, if I tell you A is to B is 2 is to 3, B is to C is 3 is to 4, then what will be A is to B is to C? A is to B is to C. What will be the value of A is to B is to C? Quickly. ಏನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ A is to B is to C? What will be the value of A is to B is to C in this case? 2 is to 3 is to 4. Beautiful. The answer here will be 2 is to 3 is to 4. Okay, this was very easy. I could directly give me the answer. What if I tell you A is to B is 2 is to 3, and then B is to C is 4 is to 5. Now can anybody tell me what will be A is to B is to C? Can anybody tell me what is A is to B is to C? Okay, Nandini, Sri Lakshmi, they're telling 8 is to 12 is to 15. How did I get that? Vinita says 2 is to 7 is to 5, 2 is to 4 is to 5. Okay, now look at this. Let us go back and understand it a little bit better so that I can get my answer here. What used to happen in this case? What happened was, I know A is to B is 2 is to 3, B is to C is 3 is to 4. What do I mean by this? I'll take another example here, guys. Think, instead of A, I'll take it as Alpenliebe chocolate. Instead of B, I'll take it as Bonville chocolate. And here, B and C, Bonville chocolate and Cadbury's chocolate. I'll tell you A is to B is 2 is to 3. By this, what do I mean? When I take an empty box over here, what I'll do is, if I look at this ratio, what does it say? If there are two Alpenliebe chocolates inside, how many Bonvilles are required? There must be 3 Bonvilles that are required. Now look at the second ratio. According to this ratio, what does it say? If there are 3 Bonvilles, there must be 4 Cadburys. Are there 3 Bonvilles? Yes. If there are 3 Bonvilles, how many Cadburys are required inside this box? There must be 4 Cadburys required inside this box. Now tell me what will be the ratio of Alpenliebe is to Bonville is to Cadburys inside this box? The ratio inside this box here will be equal to how many Alpenliebe? 2. Bonville 3. What about Cadburys? 4. So my answer was 2 is to 3 is to 4. I could directly give my answer. I could directly give my answer. Yes? Everybody able to understand this? Everyone able to understand this? Yes, Ramakrishna? Any doubts? Ramakrishna, I think your mic is muted. Any doubts here, buddy? Fine, fine. No issues. No issues. Now look at this, guys. Look at this. Look at this. Now come back to this question here. According to this question, what does it say? Let us understand this carefully. This is important. So kindly pay more attention to this. Kindly pay more attention to this. Is this visible? Yes, it is visible. It is completely visible. Now look at this. According to the ratio, look at this. What I'll tell this is Alphenliebe. This is Bonville. This is Bonville and Cadbury's. Look at the box. If I take an empty box inside, how many Alphenliebes are required? I need to take 2 Alphenliebe chocolates. If there are 2 Alphenliebe, how many Bonvilles are required? There must be 3 Bonvilles that are required. So I take 3 Bonville also. Okay, fine. Very good. It was correct. Next, I'll go back to this ratio. Now, how many Bonvilles must be there? How many Bonvilles must be there? How many Bonvilles must be there? There must be 4 Bonvilles. There must be 4 Bonvilles. So I don't have 4 Bonvilles here. So can I put one more Bonville so that it would become 4? If I do that, if I put one more Bonville here, it would become 4. But that, don't you think that will spoil this ratio? Don't you think that will spoil this ratio? So what am I supposed to do? How did I solve the previous question so easily, but this question is becoming very difficult for me? Look at this. In my previous question, whatever common term was there between the two, whatever common term was there between the two ratios, that was same. What was that? It was same. Now here the common term is different. That is why we are facing a problem. So how do I make it equal? So what should my intention be? My intention here should be that this common term here, that is b, in both the places should become equal. How do I make it equal? I'll multiply this with this b term, and I'll multiply this ratio with this b term. So what will I be getting here? Look at this. 4 into 2. That would be 8. So a is to b here will be equal to what? A is to b here will be equal to 8 is to 12. Now observe here b is to c will be equal to what? 4 into 3, that is 12 is to 5 into 3, which is 15. So what will be a is to b is to c? I can directly write a is to b is to c as 8 is to 12 is to 15. Is this clear to everyone? Is this clear to everyone? ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? 8 is to 12 is to 15 ಅಂತ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. అర్థమైందా అందరికీ? 8 is to 12 is to 15 వస్తుంది ఇడా. Yes? सबको समझ में आ गया क्या? Everyone? Beautiful, guys. Beautiful. So shall I give you one more question? Will you solve it on your own? Shall I give you one more question? Yes, perfect. Now I want you people to solve. I've already given you one question. I've already solved one question here for you guys. So I'll give you one more question which you'll have to solve on your own. Just a moment. Look at this. Okay. What I would tell you is the ratio of A is to B will be equal to 2 is to 3. B is to C will be equal to 5 is to 6. 5 is to 6. Now what will be A is to B is to C? What would be A is to B is to C? Quickly. Let me see how many of you can give me the right answer here. How many of you can give me the right answer? Give you just 1 minute's time. Ten is to 15 is to 18. 10 is to 15 is to 18. Many of you here are telling it is 10 is to 15 is to 18. Let us verify if it is the right answer. Let us verify if it's the right answer. Look at this. what should be my intention? Whenever I have to combine the ratios, I have to make these two things equal. I have to make these two things equal. So what should I do? I should multiply this with this b term, that is 5, and I'll multiply this with this b term, that is 3. If I do this, I'll be getting the answer 5 into 2, which is 10. B will be equal to 5 into 3, 15. Here B will become 15 is to 18. So my final ratio here will be equal to 10 is to 15 is to 18. Beautiful. Beautiful answers, guys. Beautiful. Such wonderful students. So now what I would like to do is, I would like to take this question one step ahead. I would like to take this question one step ahead. So what I want to do here is, I would tell you A is to B is 2 is to 3. B is to C here will be equal to 4 is to 5. C is to D here will be equal to 6 is to 7. Now I would want to ask you people to find what would be A is to B is to C is to D. What will be A is to B is to C is to D? Now give me the answer quickly. Let me see how many of you can give me the answer for this question here. Let me see how many of you can give me the answer here. Can anybody tell me what I can be doing here? What can I be doing here? How should I solve this question? Till now we know whenever they give me two ratios, how to convert it. How to convert it. But now they're giving me three ratios and are asking me to convert it. Now they're giving me three ratios and they're asking me to convert this. How do I do it? How do I do it? Now observe, guys. Now observe what I can do here is, first what I'm supposed to do is, first I'll have to convert, I'll have to make these two ratios as one single ratio. That is, first I need to find what is A is to B is to C. So what will be A is to B is to C in this case here for me? A is to B is to C here will be equal to, look at this, I need to multiply this with 4. I need to multiply this with 3. If I do that, 4 into 2 is 8. 3 into 4 into 3 is 12. 5 into 3 is 15. Now I got A is to B is to C as 8 is to 12 is to 15. I got A is to B is to C as 8 is to 12 is to 15. Now what do I know? I know that C is to D is 6 is to 7. Now I know C is to D is 6 is to 7. Now if I have to convert these two, what should I do? What should I do? I need to make these two equal. I need to make the C equal. How would I do that? I need to multiply it with 6. I need to multiply it with 15. So let us see what will happen if I do this. Now what will be value of A when I multiply this with 6? A is to B is to C here will be equal to 6 8 times is 48 is to 6 12 times is 72 is to 6 15 times is 90. Now C is to D will be equal to what? C is to D will be equal to 15 into 6, which is 90, is to 15 into 7, which is 105. 105. So according to us, A is to B is to C is to D will be equal to 48 is to 72 is to 90 is to 105. But is this correct? But is this correct, guys? Is this correct? Is it correct? But is this correct? Is this my final ratio? Is this my final answer here? Will this be my final answer? No. Why not? Why not? Is there any common in this here? Is there any common? Yes, what is the common here? What is the common here? We can still simplify. We can still simplify. Look, everything can be divided by 3. 3 16 times is 48. 3, how many times is 72? 3 24 times is 72. 3 30 times is 90. 3 35 times is 105. So my final answer here will be equal to 16, 24, 30 and 35. Now, there is one thing that will be running in my mind now. There should be one thing that should be running in my mind. What is that? Look, once I'm multiplying with some number, again I am dividing with some number. I am dividing with some number over here. Don't you think I am doing it double? I'm doing it two times. Don't you think I am repeating some step here? Yes or no? Yes or no? So how do I avoid that? How do I avoid that? Careful guys, listen carefully. Now, yes, we can avoid that. How would I avoid that? We know A is to B is to C. A is to B is to C is 8 is to 12 is to 15. 8 is to 12 is to 15. We know that C is to D. We know that C is to D is nothing but 6 is to 7. 6 is to 7. Now look at this. I want to make these two common. So what I will do is I'll multiply this with 2, and I'll multiply this with 5. I'll multiply this with 5. Now observe, what will I get? 8 into 2, 16. 12 into 2, 24. 15 into 2 is 30. 6 into 5 is 30. 7 into 5 is 35. 7 into 5 is 35. Wait a second, I'll tell you why I did this. I will tell you why I did this. Just give me 1 minute. Just wait for 1 minute, guys. I'll clearly explain to you what am I actually doing over here. Don't you think here I've got the final answer within just one step? Don't you think I'm getting the final answer with one step instead of multiplying with some number and then dividing it? Directly I'm getting the answer. Yes. How did I get this? Anybody? How did I get this? Why did I multiply it with 2 and why did I multiply it with 5? I divided 6 and 15 by 3 directly. Okay, that is one way to think about it. Or what I would like to tell you is, say C is common over here. I need to make it equal. So what I'll do is, I'll make it equal to the LCM. I'll make it equal to the LCM of these two numbers, that is 15 and 6. That is what we were doing until this point. We did not realize it. But that is what we were doing in this problem also. What is the LCM of this B term, that is 3 and 4? Can anybody tell me what is the LCM of 3 and 4 over here? How do I get the LCM? How do I find the LCM easily? Look, I'll take the bigger number here. Which is the bigger number among 3 and 4? Yes, 4. Yes, it is 4. It is 4. See, it is 4. So now, next, which is the next multiple of 4? Can anybody tell me which is the next multiple of 4? Which is the next multiple of 4? See, I've taken 3 and 4. 4 is not divisible by 3. Check for the next multiple of 4. Next multiple of 4 is 8. Is 8 divisible by 3? No, 8 is not divisible by 3. What about next multiple, that is 12? Is 12 divisible by 3? Yes, 12 is divisible by 3. So my answer here will be equal to, the LCM here will be equal to 12. So I have to make it equal to 12. I have to make it equal to 12. That is what I did here. Look at the next question that I gave you people to solve. I told you to simplify this. You told 10, 15 and 18. I made it equal to which term? 15. Why is it 15? Look, 3 and 5. Which is the LCM of 3 and 5? What is the LCM of 3 and 5? How do I find the LCM easily? Look, which is the, take the bigger number. Which is the bigger number? 5. Is 5 divisible by 3? Is 5 divisible by 3, everyone? Is 5 divisible by 3? Is 5 divisible by 3? No. So next multiple of 5. Which is the next multiple of 5? Very good, very good. Guys, come on. The moment you start answering, the class becomes better, the class becomes more interesting. What I would like to teach you is, I don't want to teach you anything new. I just want to show you that you people already know the answer. We just don't know how to apply it. I'm just teaching you how to apply it. I'm not teaching you anything new over here. I don't want to teach you anything new over here, because I want to prove you guys that you people are already very, very, very intelligent. Yes, you people are intelligent. 10. Is 10 divisible by 3? No, 10 is not divisible by 3. So what I'll do, I'll take the next multiple of 5. Which is the next multiple of 5? 15. Is 15 divisible by 3? Yes. So I'll make it equal to 15. So that is what I've done here. So to make it equal to 15, I've multiplied it with 3 over here, and sorry, 5 over here. 5 into 3 is 15, and I have multiplied it with 3 over here. Look at this also. I should do the same thing. What is the LCM of 15 and 6? What is the LCM of 15 and 6? I should take the bigger number among 15 and 6. Which is the bigger number among 15 and 6? 15 is the bigger number. Is 15 divisible by 6? No, 15 is not divisible by 6. The next multiple of 15, 30. Is 30 divisible by 6? Yes, 30 is divisible by 6. So I have to make this common term equal to 30. So what I'll do, I'll multiply this with 2, so that this will become 30. I'll multiply this with 5, so this will also become 30. So my final answer here will be equal to 16 is to 24 is to 30 is to 35. Is this clear to everyone? Is this clear to everyone? Yes? Perfect, perfect. One more question to you guys. One more question to you guys. My next question goes something like this. What would be the value of A is to B is to C? What will be the value of A is to B is to C if A is to B is 4 is to 6 and B is to C will be equal to 8 is to, let us say, 7. 8 is to 7. Then what will be A is to B is to C? Can anybody tell me? Can anybody tell me what will be the answer? Can anybody tell me what will be the answer? Quickly, guys, quickly. 16 is to 24 is to 21, says Srinivas. Perfect. Sri Lakshmi also says the same thing. Beautiful, beautiful. Teju, look at this. That is why I told you we have to take the LCM. Look at that. 34, 48, and 56. How did you get 34 there? How did you get 34? In 4 table, you will never get 34, no? Okay, no issues, no issues. Don't worry, guys. Don't worry about the mistakes. Everybody will make mistakes. Let us just worry about the process here. Now look at this. Now look at this. What is the common term between A is to B and B is to C? B is common. So I need to make it equal. So what is the B term? 6 and 8. If I want to make it equal, I need to make it equal to the LCM of these two. What will be the LCM of these two? Which is the bigger number? Bigger number here is 8. I'll take 8. Is 8 divisible by 6? No, 8 is not divisible by 6. Next one, 16. Is 16 divisible by 6? No, 16 is also not divisible by 6. 8 3 times is 24. Is 24 divisible by 6? Yes, 24 is divisible by 6. I need to make this B term as 24. If it has to become 24, what should I multiply here? I should multiply it with 4. If this has to become 24, what should I multiply here? I should multiply here with 3. Now look at this. What will be A is to B? 16 is to 24. What will be B is to C? 24 is to 21. So what will be A is to B is to C? A is to B is to C will be 16 is to 24 is to 21. Is this clear to everyone? Is this clear to everyone? Perfect, perfect, perfect. Now look at this. I'll be going on to the next thing here. What I would like to ask you is, if A is to B is 2 is to 3. If A is to B is 2 is to 3. What will be the inverse of this ratio? What will be the inverse of A is to B? What will be the inverse of A is to B? How you got 3? Okay, Veena, how I got 3? Look at this. I want to make this equal to 24. So what should I multiply this with? 6 to make it 24. 6 into 4 will be 24. Same thing here. I need to make this 8 equal to 24. What should I multiply with 8 to make it equal to 24? I should multiply it with 3 to make it equal to 24. So I multiplied it with 3. Understood that? Is that clear? Is that clear, Veena? Perfect, perfect. Now look at this. Now look at this. I'm asking you what is the inverse ratio here? What would be the inverse ratio? What do I mean by the inverse ratio? Inverse ratio is exactly the reciprocal. But let us understand what is the actual meaning of this. How do I solve this? Now I'm telling you A is to B is 2 is to 3. Inverse ratio meaning I want 1 by 2 is to 1 by 3. Look what will happen. I'll have to just cross multiply it. If I cross multiply it, what will I get? I'll be getting A is to B. Inverse ratio of A is to B will be 3 is to 2. Inverse ratio of A is to B will be 3 is to 2. Is this clear to everyone? Is this clear to everyone? Yes. Now it was very simple. This question here which I gave you was very simple. What if I ask you, instead of this, what if I ask you, what is the inverse ratio of? What is the inverse ratio of A is to B is to C, where A is to B is to C will be equal to 2 is to 3 is to 4. Now can anybody tell me what will be the inverse ratio of this 2 is to 3 is to 4? What will be the inverse ratio of this 2 is to 3 is to 4? Quickly, quickly. 4 is to 3 is to 2. No. I'm so sorry, buddy. That is not 4 is to 3 is to 2. Majority of us will think that in this case also, if I write it from the back side, it would be same answer. No. Now here, I cannot get the inverse ratio directly because there are 3 ratios here. There are 3 ratios involved. If there was only one ratio involved, we could have directly got the inverse ratio. But there are 3 ratios involved here. So what I'm supposed to do here is, I have to break it down into two separate ratios. A is to B, B is to C. Now A is to B, 2 is to 3. Now B is to C is what? 3 is to 4. 3 is to 4. Now what will be the inverse ratio of A is to B? Can I tell that inverse ratio of A is to B is 3 is to 2? Yes or no? The inverse ratio of A is to B is 3 is to 2. Now what will be the inverse ratio of B is to C? The inverse ratio of B is to C here will be equal to 4 is to 3. 4 is to 3. Now I need to combine these two ratios. To get the inverse ratio of A is to B is to C. Can anybody combine this ratio and give me the answer? Can anybody combine this and give me the answer? See, whenever there are 3 ratios, if they ask you to find the inverse ratio, you cannot directly do it. So what am I doing? I am splitting it into 2 equal parts. I am taking A is to B, B is to C. A is to B will become 3 is to 2, because for 2 ratios, you know how to find inverse ratio. Now B is to C. What will be the inverse ratio of B is to C? For again, it is also 2 ratios. I have broken it down into 2 parts. Now look at this. It will be 4 is to 3. Now, HK is 12 is to 8 is to 6. Is that the final answer? Is it the final answer? See, what am I supposed to do now? How do I combine these two ratios? I'll take the HCF. HCF of which two numbers? 2 and 4. Sorry, LCM of these two numbers, 2 and 4. What will be the LCM of 2 and 4? Now look at this. I'll take the bigger number. Bigger number is 4. Is it divisible by 2? Yes, it is divisible by 2. So my LCM here is 4 itself. So I need to make these two terms equal to 4. So I'll multiply this with 2. I'll multiply this with 1. So what will be my answer here? 3 into 2 is 6 is to 2 into 2 is 4. Here it will be 4 is to 3. So my final answer, inverse ratio here, will be equal to 6 is to 4 is to 3. 6 is to 4 is to 3. Is this clear to everyone? Is this clear to everyone? Now I'll give you a shortcut for this. I'll give you a shortcut. If you have understood this, I'll give you a shortcut. Quickly, I want answers from you guys. Have you all understood this question? Everyone. Okay, guys. Shall we play a small game here? Shall we play a small game here? I will get to know how many of you here are concentrating. With this small game, I can get to know how many of you here are concentrating. Let me see. What I would like to tell you is, I will tell you hocus pocus. I will tell you hocus pocus. Anyone who's listening to the class, everybody, anyone and everyone who's listening to the class, I want you people to type in time to focus. What should you people type? You should type it as time to focus. Whenever I tell hocus pocus, in between I'll tell you hocus pocus. So what should you type? You should type time to focus. You should type it as time to focus in your chat box. Will you do that? Will you do that? The moment I say hocus pocus, I want you to type time to focus in the chat box. Will you do that? Yes. Let me see how many of you here are listening to the class. Let me see how many of you here are listening to the class. Hocus pocus. Hocus pocus. Okay, only 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, okay, beautiful, beautiful, wonderful, wonderful, great, great. Okay, guys. Okay, fantastic. I understood that many people here are listening. ತುಂಬಾ ಜನ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊತಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು. So fantastic. Let us continue with the class. Let us continue with the class. So what I would like to tell you is, I told you I'll be giving you a shortcut, right? Yes. What is that shortcut? Now observe. I know A is to B is to C is 2 is to 3 is to 4. What I will do is, I want to find the inverse ratio. Inverse ratio meaning 1 by 2 is to 1 by 3 is to 1 by 4. Now what I need to do is, if I want to find the inverse ratio, I don't want this denominator. If I remove this denominator somehow, that's all, I will get my answer. How do I remove the denominator? How do I remove the denominator in this case? Look, how do I remove the denominator? Anyone? How do I remove the denominator here? Now what I am supposed to do is, just take the LCM of 2, 3 and 4. What is the LCM of 2, 3 and 4? How do I calculate it? Take the bigger number. Bigger number is 4. Is 4 divisible by 3? No. Next number in next multiple of 4 is 8. Is 8 divisible by 3? No. Next multiple is 12. Is 12 divisible by 3? Yes, 12 is divisible by 3. Is 12 divisible by 2? Yes, 12 is divisible by 2. So the LCM here will be equal to 12. So I'll just multiply throughout with 12. So what will happen? My ratio will become 12 by 2 is to 12 by 3 is to 12 by 4. 12 by 4. So what will I get? Look at this. 12 by 2 is 6. 12 by 3 is 4. 12 by 4 is 3. So my answer here will be 6 is to 4 is to 3. I'll be getting the same answer directly. I'll be getting the same answer directly. Everybody able to understand this? Everybody able to understand this? Yes? Is this clear to everyone? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, guys. Okay. Now, what I would tell you is look at the question. This question is for you people. I want you people to solve this question and give me the question answer quickly. Quickly give me the answer for this question. Quickly answer for this question. A is to B is 4 is to 7, B is to C is 5 is to 9. What will be A is to B is to C? Ganesh says option A, Sharwani says it is option A. Sri Lakshmi also tells the same thing. She's given the same answer. Okay, let us verify the answer then. Let us quickly verify the answer. Okay, guys. Now observe, what am I supposed to do? I got to know A is to B is 4 is to 7. From now on, I should be very quick. I should be very quick. I need to write A is to B is to C, right? I'll not do anything over here. I don't want to calculate over here. I want to do everything in my mind. So what I'll take, look at this, 7 and 5. LCM of 7 and 5. What is the bigger number here? 7. Is 7 divisible? No. 14? No. 21? No. 28? No. Next number is 35. Is 35 divisible by 5? Yes. So I have to make it as 35, which means I need to multiply this with 5. I need to multiply this with 7. So if I have to do this, what will I get? 5 into 4 is 20 is to 5 into 7 is 35. C will be equal to what? 9 into 7. 9 7 times is 63, and that would be my final answer. As simple as that. Now try to solve this question here, guys. Try to solve this question here. If 15 percentage of A is same as 20 percentage of B, then A is to B is. A is to B is. Very simple question, but majority of you will go wrong at one small point. What is that point? I'll show you. Which is that point? I'll show you. But before that, give me the answer quickly. 3 is to 4. Okay. Srinivas, Muzakir, Anni, everybody says it is 3 is to 4. 3 is to 4. Teju, nice way of answering it. Okay. Okay, I think you have copied that and kept it. Fine, fine. Everybody says it is 3 is to 4. Okay. Everybody is right. Maybe everybody is right here. Look at this. What are they telling? If 15 percentage of A, 15 percentage meaning what? Per 100. Cent meaning 100. Percentage of A is same as meaning equal to 20% meaning 20 by 100 of B. Then what are they asking? They're asking me to find A is to B, which means they're asking me to find A divided by B. Look what will happen. 0, 100, 100 gets cancelled. 5 3 times is 15, 5 4 times is 20. So what will be A divided by B? A divided by B. If I take B to the other side, I'll be getting 4 divided by 3. If A by B is 4 by 3, what is A is to B? A is to B is 4 is to 3, not 3 is to 4. Everybody understood the mistake here? Yes or no? I told you, very simple question, but majority of the students will go wrong in one small point. What is that? Everybody will take 3 is to 4, but it is not 3 is to 4, it is 4 is to 3. Everybody understood this? Everyone? See, how many people made this mistake except Maltesh? Maltesh, everyone. Okay, Eunice, Maltesh and Eunice are the only two people who told it is four. Okay, there is altruistic pie, and yeah, there are three people who have given that answer, except that everybody tells it is 3 is to 4. 3 is to 4. Okay, okay, guys, be a little careful. Be a little careful. Okay, okay. What is this? No, sir. What is this? No, sir. Did you not understand? Do you have a
I
doubt with
didn't get
this?
I didn't get that, sir.
Okay, okay. Don't worry. Let me teach you. Let me teach you. Look at this. What do I mean by A is to B? What do I mean by A is to B? A is to B meaning I need to find what is A by B. I need to find what is A by B. Just give me a moment. Let me accept the mic here. Yes. Ramakrishna always asking for mic. He doesn't speak. Yakappa Ramakrishna. Okay. Who's the other person? Yeah. Sharda. Fine. Look at this. A is to B meaning A by B, right? A by B, right? Now tell me, what do I mean by 15 percentage of A? What do I mean by 15 percentage of A? 15 per meaning divided by, cent meaning 100, of meaning into A. Yes, this is what I mean by 15 percentage of A. Yes or no? Everyone? Is same as, which means it is equal to 20 percentage of B. 20 by 100 of B. Look at this. What will happen? 100 and 100 gets cancelled. 100 and 100 gets cancelled. 15. So look at this. 15. 5 3 times is 15. 5 4 times is 20. From this I can get to know that 3 times of A is equal to 4 times of B. But I don't want what is 3 times of A is equal to 4 times of B. All I want here is what is A divided by B. What will be A divided by B? A divided by meaning. Look at this. I should take B to the left hand side. If I take B to the left hand side, I'll be getting A by B. See here, 3A divided by B is equal to 4. Now same way how I took B to the left hand side. Can I take this 3 to the right hand side? Can I take this 3 to the right hand side? Yes. So divided by 3. So A by B will be equal to what? 4 by 3. 4 by 3. Now is this clear to everyone? Now is this clear to everyone? Artha aita elrigu?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Perfect. What about others? What about others? Who asked me to explain again? Everyone? Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, guys, I just wanted to ask you a small review about the class. Are you all liking the session? You all like this session? Is every concept that I've taught you till now, is it clear to you all? Is it clear? Beautiful, Madhusudan. I too. Perfect. Wonderful, guys. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much, everyone. So, if you think you people are liking the session, you people are liking the session, which means I don't want to speed, I don't want to go fast, or I don't want to go slow. Is that correct? Shall I continue with the same pace? Shall I continue with the same pace? Perfect. Then I'll be continuing with the same pace here. I'll be continuing with the same pace. Let us move on to the next question. Let us move on to the next question. Look at the next question here. Look at the next question. What is the next question here? The sum of money is to be distributed among A, B, C, D in a proportion of 5 is to 2 is to 4 is to 3. What do I mean by proportion now? What is proportion here? What do I mean by proportion? Look at this. Ratio and proportion both are one and the same. Both are one and the same. The only difference is that in ratios you will have only two terms, but in proportions what will happen is there will be more than two terms. That is why we call it as proportion. Now look at this. They're telling me the sum of money to be distributed among A, B, C, D, which means A, B. I have to give money to A, B, C, and D. How should I give the money to A, B, C, and D? I have to give it in the ratio of 5 is to 2 is to 4 is to 3. Now I'll call this as ratio. I'll call this as ratio. Now look at this, guys. One thing that you should keep in your mind is whenever you get a ratio, you cannot get the answer you cannot get the answer using ratio. So always I need to convert it to my actual value. I need to convert it to my actual value. So can anybody tell me what will be the actual values of these A, B, C, D? Can you tell me what is the actual values of A, B, C, and D? See, I told you. I solved one question on ratios. That is, in a class there were boys and girls in the ratio of 5:4. Totally, there were how many students? Totally, there were 180 students. What was the number of boys? What was the number of girls? How did we solve this? Did we use 5 and 4 there? No, we could not use 5 and 4 there. So what did we do? We took it as 5x and 4x. Yes, actual value was what? How do you get an actual value from a ratio? You need to multiply with its HCF. I don't know what is the HCF of these numbers, so I need to multiply it with x. So can I tell that my actual value here is 5x, B here will be equal to 2x, C here will be equal to 4x, and D here will be equal to 3x. 3x. Yes, these are the actual values. Now look, what are they telling? If C gets 1000 more than D, 1000 more than D, can I tell that C is equal to 1000 more than D, meaning whatever D is getting, on that extra 1000 C will be getting? Extra 1000 C will be getting. So C is equal to D plus extra 1000. Now what is the value of C? I know C is nothing but 4x. That is equal to, what is D? D is nothing but 3x plus 1000. So what will be the value of x here? If I mean send this 3x this side, 4x minus 3x will be equal to x, and that is nothing but 1000. If x I got to know is 1000, what are they asking me to find? What is B share? How much will B get here? B will be getting 2x. What will be 2x? 2x is nothing but 2 into 1000. 2 into 1000, which is nothing but 2000. Which is nothing but 2000. Is this clear to everyone? Is this clear to everyone? Perfect. The answer here is 2000.
Once again, sir.
Once again?
Once again, sir.
Sure.
I didn't
Sure.
get that.
Okay. No issues. No issues. I'll explain once again. See, you know that the proportion here is 5 is to 2 is to 4 is to 3. This is nothing but a ratio. See, this is nothing but a ratio. Go back to the previous example that I gave you. How did I solve this problem? Did I solve it with a ratio, or did I convert it to the actual value? Look, this is a ratio. What did I do? I converted it to actual value. Actual value here is what? How do I get the actual value? By multiplying the ratio with the HCF. I don't know what my HCF is, so my actual value here will become 5 into HCF, that is x, 4 into x, 5x and 4x. So now look at this, total is 180. Total is 180, which means boys plus girls. Boys here is how much? What is the actual value of boys? Actual value of boys is 5x. What will be the actual value of girls? Actual value of girls is 4x. 5x plus 4x is equal to 180. So 9x is 180. So you got to know x is 20. That is what we are doing over here. That is what we are doing in this example also. I got to know the ratio is 5 is to 2 is to 4 is to 3. The actual value here will be 5x, 2x, 4x and 3x. 4x and 3x. Now look at this. Now look at this. What can we do from this? What I can do here is I can tell that see, in the question they're telling me the actual values. What will be the actual values here? The actual values here will become 5x, 2x, 4x and 3x. Until this point, as everybody understood. Until this point, as everybody understood. From ratio, how did you get an actual value? Yes?
Yes.
Simple. Now, look at the question. They're telling C gets 1000 more than D. C gets 1000 more than D. What I would tell you here is, if Sri Lakshmi is getting 2000, Maltesh will be getting 3000. If Sri Lakshmi is getting 2000, Maltesh is getting 3000. Can I tell that Maltesh is getting 1000 more than Sri Lakshmi? Can I tell that Maltesh is getting 1000 more than Sri Lakshmi? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes, beautiful. So can I tell that Maltesh is getting 1000 more than Sri Lakshmi. Maltesh is getting 3000, which is equal to 1000 more than Sri Lakshmi. Sri Lakshmi is getting 2000 plus extra 1000 Maltesh is getting. This is nothing but Maltesh, which is equal to Sri Lakshmi plus 1000. Same thing I've written here. If C gets 1000 more than D, which means C is getting more, is getting 1000 more than D, D plus 1000. If you have understood this, everything else is nothing but substitution. What will happen here? You know that C is equal to 4x, D is equal to 3x. So DC will be getting 4x will be equal to 3x plus 1000. So you get to know that if you take this 3x to this side, 4x minus 3x, which is x will be equal to 1000. If x is 1000, they're asking me to find what is B share. How much will B get? Look at this. How much is B getting? B is getting 2x. 2x is nothing but 2 into 1000. 2 into 1000 is 2000. 2 into 1000 is 2000. Clear? That's all. That's all. Understood this?
Yes, sir. Got it.
Perfect. Perfect. Beautiful. Now look at the next question. Now look at the next question. Can you people just try this question? I'll give you 1 minute time. You would try this question. Later on, I'll teach you how to solve this. Quickly, guys. Quickly. By the time you're solving, what I would like to tell you is, see guys, I'm having just 2 hours of time every day and I'll be getting 12 hours, right? I'll be getting only 12 hours to complete this PGCET aptitude and logical reasoning. If you ask me, can you complete this? I would tell you, never. Not even 5% of the topics I can be clearing properly for this PGCET. So what I would want to tell you guys is, see, don't worry guys, don't worry. Everything else will be done for you for free. Everything else, every other topic can be given to you for free. But where do we give this? When do we give this? Look at this. We have a YouTube channel. We have a YouTube channel called as Learn Online. Learn Online. If you type in learn online, you can either type Abhilash Verma Learn Online. You can type Abhilash Verma Learn Online or LOL. You can type any one of this, or you can type it as Praveen Jadhav LOL or Kanakaraj. No. You will be getting a channel. You will be getting a channel with this logo. With this logo over here. If you can go onto that channel, you will be getting all the topics that you require. All the topics that you require for your PGCET or any banking or any competitive exams that is there for free. It will also include English. It will also include English as well as banking awareness or current affairs. Everything will be there and everything will be of completely free of cost, guys. It will be completely free of cost. You need not have to pay anything there, and everything will be taught to you from basics. From basics, everything will be taught to you. If you want, you can subscribe right now. Subscribe to the YouTube channel right away so that you can access all the content for free. Is that okay for you guys? Is that okay for you guys? Everyone, just go try to get the just go try to type it on YouTube, guys. Right now you can type it on YouTube and then you can come back here, and then you can come back here. Okay, so look at this. So today in 2 hours I should have completed ratios and averages. But if I had gone so fast, you wouldn't have understood ratios, you wouldn't have understood averages. It would have been a waste of time. So that is the reason I've gone slow. I've gone according to the pace in which you people can understand. I've completed the topic of ratios. You have to solve much more problems, and all these problems you will be getting in our YouTube channel. You can join the YouTube channel and you can listen to those classes. You already have the class there. Just give me a moment. I'll see if I can share my screen here. I'll see if I can share my screen here so that you can get to know what our YouTube channel is and what are all the videos that you have and where you have to go to get those videos. I'll be showing you all of that. Just give me a moment. Is my screen visible to you all? Is my screen visible to you all?
Yes, sir.
Now look at this. This is our YouTube channel. When you go to our YouTube channel, you can go to videos, and in that videos, you'll find something called as playlist. If you go to playlist, see what you can do is you can go for banking concept classes. Banking classes, all concept. Look at this. You see 76 videos here, right? You see 76 videos here. You can type on that. You can click on that. You'll be getting the entire playlist over here. Look at this. Everything will be from basics, guys. How to prepare for your exam. That is for banking exam. For PGCET, we can do it separately for you guys. Speed math is very important. Now you might have understood, right? Wait, okay, wait a second. I would tell you why is the speed math very important. What are all the tricks that we'll be teaching you? What are all the tricks that we'll be teaching you? I'll be showing that to you. Just give me a moment. Look at this. Wait a second. Okay, look at this. Look at this. Can anybody tell me what would be 37 square? If you tell me what is 37 square, what I would tell you is the difference here is nothing but 13. 13 square is 169, 1, so 12, 1369. Is this correct? Is this correct? Take out your calculators and check as well. Take out your calculators and check. Yeah, everything is in Kannada. I'm sure. Yes, Srilekya. Everything there in our YouTube channel will be in Kannada. If you can understand Kannada, 1396 or 1369? Charwani, 1396 or 1369? Check in your calculator. Give me any number between 1 to 0 to 100. Tell me any number between 0 to 100. Yes, 1369. Yes. So take out your calculators. Take out your calculators. 79. Okay. Who's that? Bunny says 79. Okay, look at this. 79 square. If you ask me what is 79 square, I would tell it as 21, 40, 1 year, 4 carry. So 79 minus 21 will be equal to 58 plus 4 is 62. Is it 6241? Is it 6241, buddy? Okay, Veena says 82. 82. I would tell you 82 is nothing but 24, 3 year. 82 minus what is this? 18. 82 minus 18 will be equal to 64, 67, 6724. Yes or no? Yes. So that is how quickly you can start that is how quickly you can start telling squares of the numbers, or that is how quickly you can find, okay, multiplication. Let us say what is 23 into 27. If you ask me what is 23 into 27, I will tell you it is 621. If you ask me what is, let us say okay, 44 into 46, I would tell you 2024. If you ask me what is 71 into 79, I would tell you it would be what, 5616, sorry, 5609, I'm so sorry, 5609. Check, verify with your calculators. 71 into 79, is it 5609? Correct? Everything there, calculations there. And if I can do it, you can definitely do it, and you can do it much faster than me, guys. You can do it much faster than me if you watch our videos over here. If you watch our speed math videos over here, I'm damn sure within 1 week your speed will be doubled. Within 1 week your speed will be doubled. So you'll get all of this. Look at this. You have ratios, averages, everything. I'll be sharing you I'll be sharing you this link. Just go on to this link. And then you can directly access our YouTube channel, where you'll be getting all of these content for free. This is our YouTube channel. This is the link for our YouTube channel. You can go there and subscribe. What happened, Maltesh? Enaito? Why is that emoji? Okay, shall we continue with our class now? Okay, come back to our class, guys. Let us continue with our class right now. So, what is that we have here? The question which I had asked you to solve. The seats for mathematics, physics, and biology in a school are in the ratio of 5:7:8. There are proposal to increase these seats by 40%, 50%, and 75% respectively. What will be the ratio of increased seats? I'll tell you, there are three subjects: mathematics, physics, and biology. And the seats are in the ratio of what? 5:7:8. They are in the ratio of 5:7:8. Now look at this. They want to increase it by 40%, 50%, and 75%. They have to increase it by 40%, 50%, and 75%. They're asking me what will be the ratio. If I take it as 5, it will be difficult for me. Can I tell that the seats in the mathematics will be 50 is to 70 is to 80? Don't you think even now the ratio is still the same? Yes or no? Even now the ratio is still the same. Why did I take it as 50, 70, and 80? It is because if I take it as 5, 7, and 8, increasing it by 40%, 50%, and 75% would have been difficult. Now look at this. I'll increase it by 40%. If I increase it by 40%, what will happen? What is 40% of this 50? 40% meaning 40 by 100 of this 50. 40 by 100, 40 percentage. What do you mean by 40 percentage? 40 per meaning divided by 100 of this 50. Now look at this: 51 times, 52 times, 2 ones, 20 times. So I have to increase this by 20. I need to increase this by 20. And look at this thing. What is that? Physics, how much am I supposed to increase? I'm supposed to increase it by 50%. What do I mean by 50%? 50 by 100. 50% of 70. 50 by 100 of 70. 51 time, 52 time, 2, how many times it is 75? 2, 35 times is 70. So I have to increase this by 35. Now finally, I need to increase this by 75%. 75% meaning 75 divided by 100 of this 80. I need to increase it by 75%. 25 3 times, 25 4 times. 4 once, 4 20 times. 20 into 3. What is 20 into 3? 20 into 3 is 60. So I need to increase this by 60. So if I increase all of this, what will happen to my new seats? How many seats will I have in mathematics? Mathematics, it will be 70. Physics will be equal to what? 105. And biology will be equal to what? Biology will be equal to 140. 140. Everybody understood till this point? Everybody understood this? Everyone understood this? Anybody, any doubts until this point? Anybody, any doubts? Now look at this. But this is not the final answer here. This is not the final answer. You still have common. What is the common here? I can divide all of this with 35. 35 2 times is 70. 35 3 times is 105. 35 4 times is 140. So my answer here will be equal to 2 is to 3 is to 4. 2 is to 3 is to 4. Clear? Clear with this? Beautiful. Beautiful. Let us solve one more question now. Let us solve one more question. Okay. So what would I tell you is the ratio of number of boys and girls in a class is 3 is to 2. I'll tell you that there are boys and girls in a class. And the ratio is 3 is to 2. Ratio is 3 is to 2. In the first semester, 20% of the boys and 25% of the girls get more than or equal to 90%. Now I need to find 20% of the boys and 25% of the girls. If I take it as 3 and 2, again it will be difficult. So can I take it as 30 and 20 over here? 30 and 20, can I take it like this? See, 30 and 20, this is also 3 is to 2. Both the places you can simplify it as 3 is to 2. So I can take it as 30 and 20. Now 20% of the boys. 20% of the boys meaning 20 divided by 100 of this 30 boys. See, 2 zeros gets cancelled. So what will happen? 2 plus 3, that is 6 boys. 6 boys. And 25% of the girls. 25% meaning 25 by 100 of girls. How many girls are there? 20 girls are there. 21 times 25 times is 100. 5 ones. 5 times is 25. 5 times is 25. So 5. Yes or no? Yes or no? These are the people who get more than or equal to 90%. These are the people who will be getting more than or equal to 90% of the marks. Now what are they asking? Look at this. What percentage of students get less than 90% of marks? So if 6 people are out of 30 boys, if 6 people are getting more than 90 or equal to 90, how many people will be getting less than 90? How many people will be getting less than 90? Okay, look at this. If not like that, see, totally, how many people in the class are getting more than or equal to 90%? 6 boys are getting more, 5 girls are getting more. So which means totally 11 students are getting more. Yes or no? Yes or no? 11 students are getting more than 90% or equal to 90%. Beautiful. Now totally how many students are there? Totally how many students are there? Look at this. How many boys? 30 boys, 20 girls. Totally how many students? 50 students. 50 students are there. In that, 11 students are getting more than or equal to 90. So how many people will be getting less than 90? How many students will be getting less than 90? Tell me. Maltesh has given the answer. I want answer. I don't want answer from one person. I want answers from everyone. Tell me, there are totally 50 students. In that, 11 are getting more than or equal to 90. How many are getting less than 90? 39. 39. Super. Super. Everybody else? 39. Beautiful. Beautiful. 39. So 39 people are getting less than 90. Now whenever, what are they asking? They're not asking me how many students are getting less than 90. They're asking me what percentage of students. What percentage of students? In your examination, how did you calculate percentage? How were you calculating percentage? You tell me. When you're writing the exam, how were you people calculating percentage? How were you people calculating percentage? How did you guys calculate percentage in your exams? Obtained marks divided by total marks into 100. Obtained marks divided by total marks into 100. If I'm telling you, you are getting 80 marks out of 100, what is your percentage? You used to tell me it is 80 percentage. How did you get it as 80 percentage? 80 marks out of how much? Out of 100 marks into 100. So that is why you are getting 80 percentage. If I tell you, you are getting 450 marks out of 600, what is your percentage? You people used to tell me that 450 by 600 into 100. Two zeros gets cancelled. 6 1 times, 6 7 times is 42, 6 5 times is 30. If I get 450 out of 600, then I have scored 75 percentage. That is how you used to tell, right? Now how much percentage of students get less than 90? 39 students are getting less than 90. Out of how much? 39 students? Out of 50, 39. 39 out of 50 into 100. That is how I calculate percentage. So percentage here will be equal to what? 51 times 52 times 39 into 2 will be what? 78 percentage. So my answer here will be 78 percentage. Is this clear to everyone? Is this clear to everyone? Sharada, actual value divided by total value into 100. Beautiful. Marks divided by total into 100. Perfect. Sri Lakshmi, what we got divided by total marks into 100. Perfect. Itigi. Tejaswini, perfect guys. Perfect. Everybody. Beautiful. 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 So, anybody, any doubts until this point here? Anybody, any doubts until this point here? Whatever I've taught you, do you have any doubts? Madhusudan tells that he's understood it completely. Beautiful. Thank you so much. No doubts. No doubts. So, guys, see, I don't want to fool you people. I don't want to fool you people. So, I will tell you frankly. I'll tell you frankly. If you ask me, whatever I've done until this point, is it sufficient for me to crack my PGCET exam? No. No, this is not just, this is just basics which I've taught you. Yes, using this, if you're able to apply in your exam questions, if you're able to apply in the questions, definitely this is sufficient. But whatever I've taught you till now is just the basics. It is just the basics. So what you want to do is, what I would want you people to do is take up more problems. You can solve those. If you have any doubts, you can come back to us and we'll be more than happy to help you guys. We'll be more than happy to help you guys. If you want more than this, if you want more depth about the concept, you can follow our YouTube channel. So can you share YouTube link in WhatsApp? Definitely, Veena. I'll make the arrangement to share the link. I'm not in your channel. I'm not in your WhatsApp group. But still, I'll make the arrangements so that you'll be able to get the link. You'll be able to get the link in your channel. Yes. So please go through the videos on YouTube. You have much more to learn there. So once you learn that, once you're thorough with those topics there, if you're interested, only then go and learn. Once you learn over there, you will definitely be able to crack your PGCET exams. Definitely, easily you'll be able to crack your PGCET exams if you look into all our videos there, because the videos that we have done is for banking level, which is one level above yours, which is one level above the PGCET examinations. So definitely you can easily get the, you can easily clear PGCET if you can thoroughly watch all those videos and practice, follow whatever is told to you guys, follow whatever is told to you guys. So I think that will be the end of this session, guys. I think that will be the end of the session. Sir Divakar sir, are you there in the session? Thank you so much, everyone. You people have been a wonderful class. I totally enjoyed taking your class, guys. I totally enjoyed from the bottom of my heart. I was getting so many replies from you people. Based on whatever question I asked you, I got so many replies from you people, and that would make any trainer happy, guys. The moment you start responding, right, everybody would be happy. I'll be passing on the same information to Abhilash as well. He'll be taking your classes tomorrow, and he'll be very happy to meet you guys. You'll have to reply the same way, huh? Whatever you didn't hear, you have to reply it in the same way in his classes as well. So that's all from me, guys. Thank you so much. See you all in the next session. Bye bye, people. Bye bye, everyone.